Hey everyone, Daxy here, and on this episode we're going to be talking about how to rebuild your gut wall flora.
This is Everyday Tonics.
So for this episode, I'm explaining how I make my probiotic drinks with one probiotic pill. And it's important for you to watch the YouTube video that's going to be in the podcast show notes because I'm going to show you how I make my drinks. I'm refilling right now like 3 mason jars worth, and I'm going to explain to you how I do it and show you really like how easy it is so you can start doing it today, you know? So after you listen to this, make sure you head over and watch the YouTube video and drop a comment if you didn't know about this method, because I'm almost certain not a lot of people know about this, but this is like super, super impactful. So before I get into today's topic, I just want to say thanks for everyone who's listening to the podcast. You know, if you like it, if you leave a review on iTunes, that drastically helps me spread the message and help more people hear this. And also stay tuned because this week I'm actually recording 3 awesome people separately, and I have more planned recording, and we're going to be talking about things like how to properly do a juice detoxification with one guest, and then another guest we're going to talk about, I'm going to be speaking with the author that wrote a book about how to make your home less toxic. So that is going to be loaded with a lot of tips, which I've been reading the book and I'm moving out soon, so there's a lot of good things in there. A lot of it's very useful, and hopefully it's useful to you guys too. So on to today's episode. Rebuilding your gut wall flora, or regrowing your gut wall flora. This is such an important topic, and some of you guys know, not all of you guys know, that behind the scenes, this is how I keep my health like in tip-top shape, and this is what had the biggest impact on me, on my health, since I started close to 7 years ago experimenting and trying things to get me out of a very unhealthy state where I was eating the SAD diet or the standard American diet, and I was eating fast food, and I was just had a lot of problems. Undiagnosed, of course, but I knew I had them because I've been always intuitive by nature. And this is especially an important episode to understand if you have used antibiotics before. Antibiotics are awesome if you're like in a very trauma situation, or if you have like a deadly bacteria, take them, you know, it'll probably save your life. But doctors prescribe antibiotics for the stupidest things, for a common cold or a common illness where you're not going to die or it's not life-threatening. And antibiotics are like dropping a nuke in your body where you're killing all of the good guys and the bad guys. And we all know with nukes, it's hard to rebuild an area after a nuke because of the radiation and the after effects. That's the same thing that happens in our body. When you kill off these good strains of bacteria, it's very hard for them to regrow or replenish unless you're reintroducing them back into your body. And these bacteria, the good ones, they live in your stomach, they live in your intestine, they live in your colon. Most of our DNA is actually not even our DNA, it's the bacteria DNA in our body. And the bacteria in your body, they pretty much manipulate the rest of your body and how your system is functioning. And they're like your military of the body. And most people have a dysfunctional gut wall flora. Most people. And I don't have exact numbers, but almost everyone I see, a lot of their issues stems from digestive gut issues. And I'm not going to talk about like why most people have bad gut wall floras, you know, whether it's the GMOs you're eating or mercury fillings in your teeth that off gas and destroy your good bacteria in your gut, or pesticides, herbicides, non-organic foods that are destroying your gut. You know, breathing chlorine, drinking fluoride, chlorine that's in our shower water and that's in pools is made to kill bacteria. What do you think happens when you take a bath in chlorine or you swim in chlorine and it gets absorbed to your skin? It makes you docile. It kills all the good bacteria. And in my house, I have about like 4 or 5 different ferments that I have going at all times. And the way you make a ferment, it's very, very simple. All you need is a probiotic pill, the powdered ones. And instead of taking the pill in your body, you just put the pill in water and you feed it sugar, or you can feed it fruit in water. And then that in 12 to 24 hours, probably if it's your first time, give it like 2 days probably, or 3 days, and it'll ferment and eat the sugar, and that'll become a probiotic drink solution where it has good bacteria that have ate the sugar and replicated. You put it in your body and they fight for you. They do work for you. They have enzymes and they break down things in your body. And remember, you don't take probiotics through the pill in your mouth. That's not how it's naturally consumed. And many of the probiotics, they're not as good as you think they are. And the biggest thing too, my method, is that it's super economical and it's easy and it's efficient and it actually tastes better. Like all you need is one pill and the cost of sugar is low. I'm probably using like less than an ounce of sugar per half gallon. You don't have to go through one bottle in a month taking these pills. All you need is one pill. And when you're taking a probiotic in a pill as well, the bacteria is dormant. So who knows how much of it will get destroyed or how much of it will actually replicate in your body. When you're drinking it, when you make it on your shelf, it's live and you're coating it in your gums and your throat and your stomach, and you're getting bacteria in all these areas that need it, especially your mouth. Your mouth is one of the dirtiest places in your body, and it's one of the most important places to keep clean because a lot of diseases could start in the mouth because through your gums, anything can go straight into your bloodstream. So it's passing your immune system essentially. And I ferment everything in my drinks. I ferment pineapple, mangoes, blueberries. I like doing a blueberry coconut combination. Like that is just brain fuel for me. Pretty much anything. And it's good because you're having less sugar. I'm all about a ketogenic diet, less sugar. And if I do have sugar, I want to ferment the hell out of it because then I'm not feeding any bad bacteria in my body. Bad bacteria love simple sugars. But if you give it complex sugars, like probiotic drinks, you're sending an army in your body pretty much to help you. And I use my ferment drinks that I make, I use it to ferment everything. Like I use it as a starter to ferment vegetables, cabbage, broccoli, beets. Like you can literally ferment everything with the starter. All you need is one pill. And over the years, I've added more pills in my drinks. So they're super diverse, but you don't want to add anything like kombucha or kefir and a few other strains of probiotics that are dominant because then it'll destroy all the other strains in there. But the more strains of probiotics in your drink, the more diverse it is and the more potent it is. When I film the video, I'll show you guys one of my drinks, my probiotic mason jars. It actually formed like a white SCOBY, a film layer, and it's not kombucha. It's like I literally probably invented a new strain of probiotic. I've had it for like years, and if you see the film, it's like a white membrane. That's the same shit that should be in our gut. It's not black. Black is bad. Black is mold. But if it's white, then that means it's a healthy probiotic colony that's formed. And the cool thing is, like, when I have these drinks, these ferments, you only have to drink it halfway and you never have to add probiotics again. Like, you're just farming. Like, you drink half and the last little bit has your original colony. You add more sugar and water and it's an endless cycle. I've literally had mine for like 5 years, guys. And it's gotten better and better over time. And it never goes bad. Like, there's one that I have on my counter that I haven't touched in a few months and it's still there. And it's strong as hell. It's actually becoming vinegar now, which is good. So I use that in my salads sometimes. And the key is that they're alive. You know, when you have a pill or a powder, they're not alive. You need many generations of growth for it to be effective. And in my drink solutions, I also add minerals back and I add silica back and I add a little bit of fulvic acid. So as I'm drinking it, I'm also super mineralizing my body, which is really important for keeping a healthy gut. Having good minerals in your body is what's going to help your gut stay healthy and strong. So the fact that it's alive, when you swallow them, they're going to be alive in your stomach. And these probiotics are really important for helping you produce important brain chemicals and helping you feel good. Like they say, you know, your gut feeling, it's a true feeling that you get. Your gut is your second heart. It's directly linked to your brain. If someone is always in a shitty mood, it literally means that they're probably clogged up with shit in their stomach. And they're always just like complaining is because their gut is essentially messed up. And the information I'm giving you right now is priceless because everyone has messed up gut wall flora. And unless you're doing this method that I'm telling you and you're constantly consuming fermented things every day, then you need to be doing this. And disease starts where? In the gut. Hippocrates said this thousands of years ago. And when you find that out, you want to make sure that you protect your gut wall flora. And this doesn't cost you any money to go ahead and do. Like, I'm not telling you guys anything. This is something, the ROI is bigger than anything else you could pay for in health because this will last you a lifetime. And with the ferments, you know, I try to drink it all throughout the day. I have a mason jar that I carry with me, and whenever you eat food, try to have that ferment afterwards because it'll save your body energy from having to break down the food. The ferments will do it for you. And why this is so important is because you want to decrease your sugar content as much as you can, decrease your carbohydrate content as much as you can. And you want to know why? Because parasites and bad bacteria eats all that garbage. That's simple fuel for the masses. That's why if you see fruits outside or something or sugar, the first thing that comes to it is flies and maggots because that's fuel that they can process. They don't like oils. They don't like these higher calorie foods. They like simple sugars. So the less simple sugars you put in your body, the less you're feeding these parasites. And there's like this big misconception that, people saying that high fruit diet and glucose is really good. We're adapted to just break down glucose. But look at all these people who are usually on these diets, who are they're not in good shape. They just are really good at preaching this method. But you can't see through their skin because they probably have yeast candida overgrowth. This is why I have a high-fat ketogenic diet. And I practice intermittent fasting because my body's fat adapted, so it knows how to burn fat very good. So I can fast 14, 16 hours a day every day. Like 2:45 right now, and I still haven't eaten, and I'm not even a lick of hungry. Because when you're in a fasted state and you're burning fat, your hunger hormone is very low. Like I'm going to eat probably at 4 o'clock. I don't really want to eat, but I'm going to eat because I have to do like 4 hours of work later, and I'm trying to make some gains in the gym. So that's my reason I'm eating. And carbohydrates, they're, just to reiterate how much of a simple sugar it is, they're only 4 calories per gram. The next is alcohol. It's 7 calories per gram. That's why a lot of people get overweight. They drink a lot of alcohol. And the thing with alcohol as well is you never want to have alcohol with food. I mean, I know alcohol is a thing, that people do, but you never want to mix it with food because alcohol stops digestion. That's why people get overweight and a beer belly, because they're eating and they're drinking alcohol. You either do one or the other. You don't mix them up. And the next level, which is my favorite, is oils and fats, which carry 9 calories per gram. And we're talking good fats, not trans fatty acids, not garbage fats, like avocados and coconut oil and MCT oil and nuts. And you have to train your body to be in this fat adapted state. It took me a long time. I'm telling you, a long time, probably like 2+ years, to naturally be in the habit of fasting every day. And for most people, if they have a lot of body fat, it's because they probably have intestinal issues because they're not breaking things down good enough. And everything I say is like, so I can teach you guys to become your own doctor and experiment on yourself, And just as some words of advice, to people who are learning from other people and they feel confused about all this, should I do high fat or low sugar? Like, you want to just not see people's degrees or like how much they know, but look at their pedigree. What does their body look like? Is that something you want? And a lot of these people preaching about high fruit, whatever, like I look at them as a person and I'm like, okay, you're preaching all these awesome benefits, but I look at you and you have no muscle. And the easiest way to learn this, guys, is not just listening to this episode, is to adding it to your diet. Like do it tonight. Get glass mason jars, half gallons. Buy the sugar, organic sugar. Get good distilled clean water. You're going to add minerals and stuff back to the drink and put fruits in it, have fun, whatever. And then your probiotic pills in there. Give it a few days since it's your first batch, and then it's going to be fizzy. It's going to be a soda. It's going to be alive. And you never have to buy a probiotic pill again. And I'm going to make this easier for you guys. In the future, I'm going to have a video. I'm going to actually film this for you guys. I have to refill my probiotic pills tonight, so I'll probably film that. That's probably what I'm going to do. And then I'll show you guys my process. I'll upload it to YouTube. You know what? That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to have it linked to this podcast. If you go in the podcast, I'm going to have my YouTube video that's going to show you how I make this. No more excuses. And remember, the military in your stomach is 90% of your immune system. 80% of your immune system is from these probiotics. And guys, if you want to become your own doctor, and a theme I'm kind of like starting to spit out more and more and trying to refine is that, the coolest thing is to become your own doctor. If you want to become your own doctor, look in the mirror. Give yourself an examination. Am I fat? Do I have a lot of body fat? Is my skin healthy and transparent? If not, then it's time to take some steps, take some moves. And there's tons of things to talk about. Your body's a holy temple that allows us to walk on this holy land. So you want to have the best body at all time, walking with you. So try things, like a blood-free diet. If you think blood is healthy for you, then think again. They've been fed. A lot of these meats we eat have been fed herbicides, fungicides, pesticides, GMO foods, vaccines, antibiotics, and it's in their blood, and then we're eating their blood. That's not what you want to put in your body. And you're ingesting all the chemicals and the suffering and the hormones that are in these animals that are killed in torturous ways, and you're taking on that energy. And this episode's not about, animals and meats, whatever, but watch the movie Earthlings. If you want to learn more about that. That will open your mind. And if you love your meat, if that's what you're saying right now, it's not you saying that. It's the parasites inside you saying that. Parasites are mind controlling. They tell your body how to crave and when to eat. And a lot of people have parasites, tons of worms in their body that grow and rely on you to have these addictions and cravings. So I'm going to leave it at that, guys, before I keep ranting here, because the point of this episode is to kind of educate you guys on how to do this. And the YouTube video is going to show you the process. I'll put the formulas I use to make the drinks and the best probiotic pills you can get and the ingredients to use and some of my favorite ways to make it. I'm going to keep it, simple so you can just do it. Maybe I'll do a more in-depth guide with recipes and such in the future. But look in the show notes. I'll have the YouTube video. And, let me know what you guys think. Send me some photos when you guys make your creations. I want to see this because, honestly, the amount of people who are doing this method right here, making their own probiotic drinks, in the world, not even just the US, in the world, is very low. Everyone thinks that they have to buy probiotics and take them. No, you can farm your own and save hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands of dollars. And it's way better. So thanks for the love. Drop a comment, share this to anybody who is also a health warrior so that they can get this information and that they can try it too. Because, I want this message to spread like wildfire. So thanks for listening. Till next time, everyone. I got some awesome podcasts lined up, awesome interviews. The next one's going to be an interview. So peace out, loves.
This is Everyday Tonics.